the senior sister. How could she too? Is the formation just for show? Miss Xing, what brings you here? Soon, Xing Hongqian made her purpose clear, taking out dozens of jade purity pills and generously said, "These are the jade purity pills I've saved up over the years. Feel free to use them." Hanju's expression softened. "You should take them back. I don't need them anymore." Xing Hongqian's smile froze, and then her expression changed drastically. "Could it be that you've already?" Hanju seriously said, "Don't spread the word about my breakthrough. Miss Xing, if you want to be my cultivation partner, you must cultivate diligently. Otherwise, centuries later, I will become an immortal, and you will turn into bones. Your deep affection will then be a punishment to me." Upon hearing this, Xing Hongqian couldn't help but calm down. "You're right. I can't be a drag on you. My husband, focus on your cultivation. I will go and get you elixirs suitable for the golden core realm." Hanju was dumbfounded upon hearing this. "That's not what I meant." At this time, in a dark hall within the headquarters of the Azure Nether Demon sect, the sect leader Duan Tongtian was discussing with 7 elders about attacking the Jade Pure sect. They had been contending with Li Qingzi for decades. Li Qingzi intentionally did not return to the Jade Pure sect, drawing most of their attention. Someone suggested attacking the Jade Pure sect directly, and immediately everyone agreed, except Duan Tongtian, who did not speak for a long time. After everyone quieted down, he slowly said, "I am about to undergo spirit transformation. If successful, attacking the Jade Pure sect will almost be guaranteed." Upon hearing this, all the elders looked at him in shock. "Do you have confidence, sect leader? For this, I have prepared for decades. I am 90% confident. Just wait another 30 years. Hearing this, everyone burst into excited cheers. Another 10 years passed, and Hanju had cultivated his thunder and wind spiritual roots to the 9th level of the golden core. He seemed to see the nascent soul stage beckoning him, completely immersed in this joyous time, unable to extricate himself. Suddenly, Chanyu appeared beside Hanju out of nowhere, scaring him with her ability to come and go without a trace. "Senior sister, please, give my cave some face. The formation was set up by me. Naturally, I know how to get in." Chanyu explained, "I came to bring you some heavenly materials and earthly treasures. Planting them by the pond can make the spiritual energy in your cave dwelling even richer. It might even become the cave dwelling with the best spiritual energy in the Jade Pure sect." Hanju immediately expressed his gratitude to his senior sister. Chanyu smiled and said, "Don't thank me. These were rewards from our master. I'm just doing some physical work." Hanju couldn't help but exclaim, "Master, you're the best." At this time, Chanyu started chatting with Hanju about the things that had happened at Jade Seclusion Peak over the years. In the past few years, several new disciples have joined Jade Seclusion Peak. The disciple ranked after you, Brother Tai, passed away 2 years ago. He died a natural death. Upon learning that old Tai had passed away 2 years ago, Hanju was momentarily stunned. Old Tai is gone? This disciple Tai had poor aptitude and died when his lifespan ran out. According to his servant, he wanted to see you before he died, but what for? We'll never know. Hearing this news, Hanju's expression became complicated. In the past, he quite disliked old Tai, but looking back now, old Tai had never harmed him and could even be said to have taken care of him. Now, that dislike has vanished, replaced with a touch of melancholy. "Senior sister, you must control your cultivation well. If one day you're not here, I really wouldn't know what to do." Upon hearing this, Chanyu smiled brightly. "Silly junior brother, I thought you didn't care about me at all in your heart." After chatting for a while, Chanyu said, "The spiritual herbs are all set up. It's time for your senior sister to go back to her cultivation. I'll strive to accompany my junior brother on the path of cultivation for a longer journey." Although Chanyu was joking, these words sounded like heartfelt truths to Hanju. He remained silent for a long time, then wrote 2 characters on the cave wall. "Old Tai, I hope you're born into a good family in your next life." Another decade or so passed, and Hanju. He remained silent for a long time, then wrote 2 characters on the cave wall. "Old Tai, I hope you're born into a good family in your next life." Another decade or so passed, and Hanju had reached the 9th level of the golden core in all but his earth and with spiritual roots. On his 100th birthday, the system unlocked a new feature for him. "Congratulations on reaching 100 years old. The simulation trial function has been opened. You can set the cultivation level and strength tier of your opponent for simulated combat. It's also possible to scan all beings within 100 miles and copy their strength for battle. The results of the battle won't affect your physical body or mental state in reality." Hanju was overjoyed. "This is simply divine. I've always been unclear about my own strength. Now I can finally test it." Immediately, Hanju carried out a simulation trial. The next second, he was in a space and soon heard the system's voice. "You can choose someone from your interpersonal relationships as the model for your opponent's strength." He immediately chose the strongest person he knew, sect leader Li Qingzi. The next second, someone who looked exactly like the sect leader appeared before Hanju. Before Hanju could react, Li Qingzi launched an attack. Fortunately, Hanju used the 7-fold illusion step in time to dodge. Then he went all out and used the 3 pure shadows sword technique against Li Qingzi. However, when the smoke cleared, Li Qingzi was unharmed and covered in a golden color. Using the unique skill, Heavenly Strong Golden Body, Hanju marveled at how powerful the skill was. As Li Qingzi attacked again, Hanju threw a 9 Dragons Demons Subduing Seal at him, which Li Qingzi broke with a punch. Hanju kept switching among 6 types of spiritual power, hitting Li Qingzi with 1 9 Dragons Demons Subduing Seal after another. Soon, Li Qingzi was sent flying by the seals. Hanju was quite surprised. The 9 Dragons Demons Subduing Seal is indeed not simple. It pushed the sect leader to this extent. "Currently, I'm barely managing against the 8th level of the nascent soul realm. I can only repel, not defeat." Just then, the system popped up a prompt. "Do you want to adjust the opponent's strength?" Hanju looked at the adjustable range. This simulation trial was getting more and more interesting. At this time, inside the main hall of the Jade Pure sect's main peak, the sect leader and all the elders were gathered. Every person's face showed a grave expression. Li Qingzi spoke in a deep voice. "Duan Tongtian successfully underwent tribulation crossing last month and has been consolidating his spirit transformation cultivation level. Meanwhile, I have already sought help from the various factions of the righteous path, but none have responded. It would be great if Ancestor were here. He is at the mid-stage of the spirit transformation realm, but he has been away for many years and cannot be found. So, it will be up to me and the Supreme Elder to deal with Duan Tongtian." Upon hearing this, the elders tried to dissuade him. "Brother, don't." Li Qingzi said firmly. "There's no other way. With your current levels of cultivation, none of you would make a difference. Not to mention Duan Tongtian. You can't even break through my heavenly strong golden body, and you are very aware of this. The Supreme Elder and I will confront Duan Tongtian. My heavenly strong golden body, as the strongest technique of the Jade Pure sect, I hope can withstand a battle against him." Meanwhile, after Hanju's continuous attempts, he was now able to break through Li Qingzi's heavenly strong golden body at the nascent soul 5th level. However, to an outsider, Hanju appeared to be dozing off. Another 10 years passed, and Hanju finally cultivated all his spiritual roots to the 9th level of the golden core, reaching great perfection. Today, he officially began his breakthrough to the nascent soul stage. Just as Hanju started his tribulation crossing, Chanyu was running towards him in a panic. It turned out that an invasion by the demonic sect was imminent. She wanted to inform Hanju and take him to the inner sect for temporary shelter, but from afar, she saw that Hanju was undergoing tribulation crossing, mistakenly thinking that he was breaking through to the golden core stage. She then thought, if the Azure Nether Demon sect attacks from this direction, wouldn't that interrupt his tribulation crossing? Forcibly interrupting it is a major taboo of tribulation crossing. My junior brother could be backlash and harmed. No, as a senior sister, I must protect him. With my strength, it's difficult to protect my junior brother. So, when junior brother wakes up, I'll immediately take him back to the inner sect to hide. Who made me fall for you? I'll protect you for now. 10 days later, the demonic sect's army finally attacked sect, the Jade Pure sect. John Yor discovered they were attacking from a different direction. They just happened to avoid Junior Brother's cave dwelling. If I were to take him to the inner sect now, it would actually harm him. This is for the best. As long as Junior Brother stays in his cave dwelling, he'll be safe. Sorry, I have to go ahead to assist our master and swear to share life and death. Junior Brother, don't come back. After an unknown amount of time, Hanju finally broke through to the nascent soul realm. He discovered that even the 6 realms of reincarnation technique had undergone a transformation. All spiritual roots merged, and the 6 types of spiritual power unified into a new and powerful spiritual energy. The 6 paths spiritual power could now directly absorb spiritual power from heavens and earth without the need to absorb specific spiritual power from corresponding spiritual roots for cultivation. Cultivating solely with the 6 paths spiritual power became more efficient than before. The system also sent a prompt: congratulations on your breakthrough to the nascent soul realm and receiving a divine ability reward. However, what excited Hanju the most was that his lifespan had increased to 998 years. You have chosen the path of a sword cultivator. Congratulations on obtaining the sword Dao divine ability. Heaven punishing demon god sword. But that wasn't the end. The system sent another prompt: your sect, Jade Pure sect, is currently under attack by the Azure Nether demon sect. The strongest in the Jade Pure sect, Azure Nether demon sect leader Duan Tongtian, spirit transformation realm level 1, has been detected. Would you like to start the simulation trial immediately? Hanju was about to refuse instinctively, but then calmed down. I could kill nascent soul cultivators when I was at the golden core realm. Now I should have the strength to fight against spirit transformation. He then started the simulation trial. At this time, on the main peak of the Jade Pure sect, a demonic sect elder, Jiang Kunmo, was continuously shouting the name Loki. Loki, come out and face your death. Not showing yourself. Have you run away early? Ha! The people of the Jade Pure sect are indeed a bunch of trash. All disciples, hear my command. Burn everything. Kill everyone. Loot everything. If we can't find Loki, we'll use the Jade Pure sect disciples to commemorate the spirit of my disciple in heaven. On the other side, just 1 minute had passed, and Hanju successfully finished the trial. He was dumbfounded. Duan Tongtian, that's it. On the main peak of the Jade Pure sect, Li Qingzi and the Supreme Elder were already at their limit under Duan Tongtian's oppressive force. But for the sake of the Jade Pure sect, they had to fight. Duan Tongtian looked down on them, laughing wildly. Just kneel and beg for mercy, and maybe I'll let you suffer less. Li Qingzi responded with hatred. The disciples of the Jade Pure sect would rather die than submit to the demon path. After saying that, he mustered his last bit of strength to attack Duan Tongtian, but was sent flying back like a cannonball the next second. The Supreme Elder sighed. It's no use. The skull behind him is an 8 black magnet. Our spiritual power is absorbed by it and directly neutralized. With that treasure, this demon can exhaust us to death. Not far away, Shishuan Fairy sighed. The Jade Pure sect is finished after all. Shishuan Fairy couldn't help but think of Hanju. That brat is probably still in seclusion. I hope no one finds his cave dwelling. And Chang Yor, I'm sorry. As your master, I can't protect you. I have to go ahead of you. At that moment, by the cliff's edge, Maju was cornered by members of the demonic sect. To preserve her innocence, she resolutely jumped off the cliff. Her spiritual power had already been depleted, and she couldn't even manage to fly with her sword. She slowly closed her eyes, and the last thing she thought about was that man. If I had cultivated as diligently as him, I wouldn't be in this situation now. I wonder if I'll meet him again in my next life. But just then, a familiar voice sounded in her ears. She suddenly opened her eyes and found that the man she had been thinking of was holding her, while those from the demonic sect behind them had all been turned into mincemeat. Maju was puzzled. Are we dead? Did we go to heaven? Soon, Hanju found Mafuchu and directly handed Maju over to him before flying towards the main peak. Along the way, he instantly killed 3 golden core cultivators who were attacking Mafuchu. Hanju could feel the powerful oppression coming from the main peak. I hope I can still make it in time. At that moment, he detected Chang Yor's presence. Chang Yor and others were being surrounded by a group of demon cultivators. Just as they were preparing to fight to the death, suddenly 3 flashes flew from afar. The next second, the demon cultivators were split in half like fruit in Fruit Ninja. Chang Yor and the others were stunned. Hanju didn't stay for a moment longer and continued flying towards the main peak. Meanwhile, in a forest, a one-eyed man was pressuring Xing Hongxian. Become my cultivation partner. Come back with me to the Azure Nether demon sect, and I'll spare your life. How could Xing Hongxian ever agree? Ha! Duan Tongtian killed my parents. Even if I die, I won't go back. Just as the one-eyed man was about to make his move, Xing Hongxian suddenly exclaimed with joy, my husband. The one-eyed man thought Xing Hongxian had given in. Ha! You agree just like that? Good. You're quite obedient. I knew it. Without applying some pressure. How could you have submitted? Hanju had already appeared behind him with eyes red, resolving the second disciple of the demonic sect with just one move. After instructing Xing Hongxian to find a place to hide, he continued rushing towards the main peak. At this time, the system indicated that Xing Hongxian's favorability towards him had risen to 6 stars. Hanju couldn't help but give a bitter smile. My damn charm and strength. At this moment, atop the main peak, Li Qingzi, the Supreme Elder, and Shishuan Fairy, among others, were all heavily injured. Li Qingzi and the Supreme Elder were in the worst condition. Duan Tongtian looked down on everyone from above, and the next second, he appeared in front of Shishuan Fairy. Is this all the strength the Jade Pure sect has? Back in the day, my demonic sect only killed some people for our goo cultivation, and yet we've been targeted for 100 years. Now that I am in the spirit transformation stage, who dares to block us? Using the cultivators of your entire sect for our goo cultivation will surely increase our sect's strength significantly. Then, the number 1 sect in the Great Swallow Dynasty will be ours. Haha, Shishuan Fairy, aren't you going to give up yet? Guess how many people from the Jade Pure sect are still alive? After saying this, he raised his hand to deliver a fatal blow to Shishuan Fairy. At this critical moment, Hanju timely appeared and rescued Shishuan Fairy. It was the first time he saw her in such a sorry state. He asked with concern, Master, are you alright? Shishuan Fairy, upon seeing Hanju, also widened her eyes, but the next second, she punched him in the face. What are you doing here? Run, listen to me, flee as far as you can. From now on, you are no longer a disciple of the Jade Pure sect. Duan Tongtian felt ignored, which made him furiously embarrassed. Kid, you've got guts. If you kneel and kowtow 3 times, I'll spare your life and even give you a chance to join the Azure Nether demon sect. At this time, the system also popped up 2 options. However, Hanju was not influenced by these choices. The reason he came here was that he had already made up his mind. He stepped closer to Duan Tongtian, his blood boiling. Even a survivor cultivator has his own passion. Just then, a voice suddenly said, Loki, so you are here. Jiang Kunmo fiercely appeared behind Hanju. Duan Tongtian laughed. There's no need for me to make a move. With Elder Jiang Kunmo's strength, he alone could crush you all. However, as soon as his words fell, Jiang Kunmo was sent flying out like a cannonball. Everyone who saw the scene was shocked. Hanju, however, smiled at Duan Tongtian. Are you ready? It's time to send you on your way. Meanwhile, the blasted Jiang Kunmo struggled up from the ground, furiously roaring, Loki, I'll kill you. Abyssal demon lamp, with your souls, I shall pay homage to my disciple, Jinsantian. Disciple, do you see? I am avenging you. He summoned his most powerful magical treasure and charged at Hanju. Hanju, however, slowly raised his left hand, extending just his index finger. 3 pure shadow sword. In just an instant, the once invincible elder of the Azure Nether demon sect had his head exploded by Hanju's attack. Everyone was frightened by this strike. At this moment, Duan Tongtian was wearing a mocking smile. To be so young and yet able to slay an elder of my sect with a sword, why not join our demonic sect? Wealth, partners, methods, and territory. I can give them all to you. Before he could finish speaking, 3 sword shadows had already arrived in front of Duan Tongtian. But the next second, a red shield appeared in front of him, blocking the 3 sword shadows. Seeing his 3 pure shadow sword blocked so easily, Hanju was puzzled. What exactly is behind him? Behind me is the innate black magnet. This treasure can absorb spiritual power and is immune to most attacks. Unless your spiritual power is stronger than mine, you cannot touch me. I have already given you a chance. Blame your own presumption. Do you really think I would cherish talent? The world does not lack geniuses. Why are true geniuses so rare in this world? It's because they survive on their own abilities. The rest perish halfway, just like you will. As he spoke, Duan Tongtian suddenly released the terrifying pressure of the spirit transformation stage, enveloping the entire Jade Pure sect. In an instant, all the fighting disciples of the Jade Pure sect were shocked and looked towards the main peak. I will let all members of the Jade Pure sect die before your eyes. I want to see how you plan to protect the Jade Pure sect. At this moment, Hanju had already drawn a sword. Enough talk. Are you done? Do you have any last words? As he spoke, Hanju raised the sword in his hand, preparing to unleash a divine ability. Duan Tongtian laughed wildly. Last words? Save them for yourself. But suddenly, he could no longer laugh. As Hanju released his divine ability, Duan Tongtian realized he was locked onto, unable to move even a fraction. This divine ability was Hanju's heaven punishing demon god sword. As the sword energy swept over, Duan Tongtian evaporated as if under intense heat, dissipating between heaven and earth. Everyone was scared out of their wits, not knowing how many times today alone. Nascent soul slaying spirit transformation. That's truly badass. However, at this moment, Hanju sensed that Duan Tongtian's primordial spirit had escaped. This hidden danger must not remain. He immediately pursued the primordial spirit. At this moment, atop a pile of ruins, Duan Tongtian's primordial spirit was trembling incessantly. Lucky I ran fast. Who exactly is this person? Loki. This voice suddenly scared Duan Tongtian tremendously. Hanju had appeared behind Duan Tongtian without him knowing when. The 100-year struggle between the Jade Pure sect and the Azure Nether demon sect ends today. He raised his left hand and used the divine ability of the 6 realms of reincarnation, 6 paths soul absorption. Duan Tongtian immediately began to scream in agony. Loki, I won't let you off even as a ghost. The monster taming demon sect won't let you off. After a few shouts, his primordial spirit was refined by Hanju. Hanju was puzzled. What the heck is the monster taming demon sect? 2 system notifications were heard. You have successfully killed a spirit transformation cultivator later and obtained a spirit controlling pill. Xiao has developed hatred towards you with a current hatred level of 5 stars. Hanju was baffled. Who is Xiao? He immediately opened the relationship list and found that Xiao was at the second level of the fusion void realm. Hanju was speechless. I knew there would be older ones coming to cause trouble. At this moment, everyone suddenly noticed that the innate black magnet left by Duan Tongtian was emitting an anomaly. A thick smoke emerged from the innate black magnet, and shortly after, a figure appeared from within the smoke. Fellow Taoist, truly a splendid divine ability. Nascent soul slaying spirit transformation has broadened my horizons. Hanju was about to strike with his sword, but the other party said, "It's futile. I am a great cultivator of the fusion void realm. Your divine ability cannot slay spirits like ours. If only Duan Tongtian had bought a bit more time, I would never cover just this much." Hearing this, Master Jingxi was shocked. Fusion void? Who are you? I am Xiao, an elder of the monster taming demon sect from the northern province. My sect is planned for many years, but did not account for your variable. I'll remember this debt. Are you saying that Duan Tongtian was merely stalling for time, actually for your sake? Of course, that waste told me no one in the Jade Pure sect was his match, allowing me to. At this point, Xiao realized, "Kid, are you trying to trick information out of me? Seeing that your primordial spirit is different from ordinary ones, could it be that your physical body has been damaged or even destroyed?" Right? Xiao scoffed. "You're not qualified to know. I simply disdain to bully the younger generation. That's all. I've already sent the message back to the demon sect. Wait for the monster taming demon sect's retaliation." With that, Xiao disappeared. Only then did Li Qingzi understand. No wonder the Azure Nether demon sect plotted against the myriad demon realm. It was all arranged by the monster taming demon sect. The top priority now is to eradicate all the demon cultivators within the sect. "Hanju, I need your help." While speaking, Li Qingzi realized that Hanju was completely ignoring him and went straight to Sichuan Fairy to heal her wounds. Li Qingzi was speechless. Your master's injuries aren't that serious." Hearing Li Qingzi ask him to eradicate the demonic sect, Hanju immediately refused without a second thought. "No way, my master is the most important. If you want to go, you go." Joking aside, if I were to take down the entire demonic sect, wouldn't that make me too famous? Fame is something I'd like to avoid. Sichuan Fairy's lips curved slightly upon hearing this. At this moment, the other elders present cast envious glances towards Sichuan Fairy. Elder Dalei then asked Hanju, "Fellow Taoist, what is your background? With your abilities, you surely can't be a disciple cultivated by our Jade Pure sect alone. A chance encounter doesn't necessarily mean we've met before. You only need to know that I am now a disciple of the Jade Pure sect, and I will not harm the Jade Pure sect." Hanju replied. As they were talking, other elders from the demonic sect rushed over, but they couldn't find Duan Tongtian anywhere. Instead, they found Zhang Kunmo's body. Li Qingzi then utilized all his spiritual energy, his voice echoing throughout the entire Jade Pure sect. "The leader of the demonic sect, Duan Tongtian, is dead. Disciples of the Jade Pure sect, hear my command. Exterminate all demon cultivators within the sect." Upon hearing that their leader was dead, the members of the demonic sect were so frightened that they fled in all directions. The disciples of the Jade Pure sect were greatly encouraged and chased after the fleeing demonic cultivators, beating them like stray dogs. Seeing the demon cultivators scattering, everyone couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Li Qingzi then turned to Hanju with a fervent look in his eyes. "Fellow elders, I believe everyone present has seen Hanju's strength. Given his performance today, from now on, Hanju will be the vice sect leader of the Jade Pure sect. As for me, my cultivation can no longer make any breakthroughs. The future of the Jade Pure sect will depend on the younger generation. Hanju has great potential and fully qualifies for this position. I suppose there are no objections." Suddenly, a voice rang out. "I object." The voice came from Hanju himself. "I only wish to cultivate in peace. Being a vice sect leader is so tiresome. Where would I find the time to cultivate?" Hearing this, Li Qingzi couldn't help feeling conflicted. In the end, it was the supreme elder who suggested, "Then let him be a nominal elder. He will enjoy the same stipend as the sect leader, and unless the sect is in trouble, no one is allowed to disturb him on ordinary days." Upon hearing this, Hanju immediately nodded in satisfaction. "This is exactly what I like." Speaking of which, that person was at the fusion void realm, could he not? It's alright, as you guessed earlier, he indeed only has his primordial spirit left. Duan Tongtian probably promised to help him recover his physical body in exchange for a breakthrough opportunity. The reason for the delay might have been to use some secret method to absorb the spiritual energy and vitality of the Jade Pure sect. Moreover, the northern province is as far from us as the ends of the earth. Even if he comes over, our allies of the righteous path won't let him cause chaos. Yet, Hanju still felt insecure. Better to continue my secluded cultivation and surpass the fusion void realm as soon as possible. After the battle between the Jade Pure sect and the Azure Nether demon sect concluded, tales of a mysterious powerful being quietly spread within the Jade Pure sect. In this moment of crisis for the Jade Pure sect, we were fortunate to have our God-slaying elder. With a single sword strike, he vanquished a spirit transformation, turning peril into safety. Hearing what Sichuan Fairy had said, a wave of fanboys and fangirls for the God-slaying elder immediately emerged among the audience. Our sect actually hides a spirit transformation realm powerhouse. Starting today, the God-slaying elder is my idol. Any sisters interested in joining the God-slaying fan group? I heard he's super handsome. After letting everyone leave, Sichuan Fairy kept Hanju behind. After a moment of silence between them, Sichuan Fairy spoke softly. "Don't you have anything to say?" Hanju was puzzled. "What should I say? Tell me who you really are. What is your purpose in the Jade Pure sect?" Li Qingzi might not care, but as your master, I need to understand clearly. No wonder you never needed my teachings. Should I call you fellow Taoist Han from now on? Really are. What is your purpose in the Jade Pure sect? Li Qingzi might not care, but as your master, I need to understand clearly. No wonder you never needed my teachings. Should I call you fellow Taoist Han from now on? Really are. What is your purpose in the Jade Pure sect? Li Qingzi might not care, but as your master, I need to understand clearly. No wonder you never needed my teachings. Should I call you fellow Taoist Han from now on?